All right, welcome everyone to the grand finals of the All Skills 2021 Hollow Knight Community Tournament. Today we've got two amazing runners, Valigo and Ax2u, going against each other, and I'm here with Sylvie doing commentary.
Hello.
So the way this is gonna go down is that Ax is coming from the winner's brackets, and Valley's coming from the loser's brackets, which means that Valley needs to win 2 matches to bring it home, and Ax only needs to win 1. Basically, it's like a best of 3, except Ax already has one of the wins crossed out. So that's gonna be the basic idea of the format. So we might have 1 race if Ax wins, and we might have 2 races if Valley wins this first one. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this one goes down. The runners seem to be pretty ready to start up, so we're gonna get this race up shortly. Sylvie is currently doing the countdown, so the runners will be going in just a second. In the meanwhile, I'd like to remind you all to maybe get a glass of water. Remember to stay hydrated. For a lot of people, it's summer right now, so it can get really warm. So
Indeed.
Everyone stay hydrated.
So the runners are off now. There'll just be a tiny bit of stream delay with the restream and everything about that. As soon as we're caught up, we will be moving on with the race. And I'm sure everyone at this point knows, but just for consistency's sake, Ax2u has a time of 49:23 seconds, and Valigo 50 minutes and 4 seconds. So about half a minute difference between them. But yeah, hopefully we'll see a really good race. I know both these runners are incredibly competent, so this should be very exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I'm personally really excited to see, because if you just look, oh, Valley has a 49:51. Wow,
Let's go.
that's insane. So we got 2 49 gamers going against each other. This is gonna be really interesting.
I am hyped.
So I've talked to them both quite a bit recently, and as far as I know, they both haven't been playing Hollow Knight too much, and they've just been kind of de-rusting for these races in specific. But hopefully that should not change anything. They're very aware of what they need to play well and what they need, how much practice they need to play consistently, so that should not be a problem.
Indeed.
What we see here, both runners going in through King's Pass. It's just going to be your regular old King's Pass. Not much more to it.
Now, I know the last race that Valley had, he had some issues with the stream that caused quite a bit of freezing. I'm hoping... well, there we go.
The comms curse.
Oh no, it was just the resync. It's okay.
That might have been a resync.
Alright, coming out of King's Pass with a very similar time.
Wow,
Valley
got a mid 51. Damn.
Yeah, that is really impressive.
They're both going in with a 51. This is looking like a good start. So as you were mentioning that other race, Valley was going against Pisces in that one, the losers finals, and we had some really cool syncs, like to the second in like half an hour in or something.
No kidding.
That's really what I want to see today. That's what I'm excited to see. Just like the consistency and the skill, just bringing them to like a perfect mirror on both screens. That's what I always like to see in the races.
What kind of, like, it'd be, that's the preferability, of course, but
yeah.
Oh, Ax having struggle.
Ax got hit twice.
So,
unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. That's gonna give Valley a couple seconds here. But again, it's not a whole lot. We all know how these things tend to go. Any time save is definitely recoverable in this early game.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see at this level how the RNG aspects of the run work. They're basically tied again.
Yeah, Valley missed one of the aspids in the double spike and wow. Right back to even.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when you have runners at this high level, it's interesting because RNG both is like, it matters a lot more, but at the same time, the runners are also more competent at handling RNG. So it's like, does it do more? Does it do less? We don't know. It depends. So sometimes RNG can just kill everything, but in other situations the runners are. Oh, look at
Wow.
that sync up.
They're dead even.
They're dead even right now.
That's
Look
amazing.
at that. Look at it. It's a perfect sync. That's so cool.
That is so awesome to witness. But yeah, everyone knows now. We've done this before, but they're coming up to False Night. Of course, we're not going to beat this boss or anything. We're just going to blow past it.
Yeah. So, if you don't know what this category is already, this would be a good moment to explain it. If you haven't been keeping up with the tournament, or you haven't seen any runs of this category already, this is a category called All Skills, No Major Glitches, and what this means is that the player has to retrieve all of the movement abilities, spells, upgraded spells, and nail arts, and then finish the game, get whatever ending. And for this run, we're gonna do the regular Hollow Knight ending because it is the fastest. And you're gonna see the rounds that we're gonna use. We're gonna use a lot of different glitches and tricks to make it a lot more optimal. We're playing on patch 1.2.2.1, which is the final patch of the Grim Troop DLC. So it's actually a down patch of the game. And the main reason for this, in this category, is something called a lever skip, in which we're able to hit a lever that like blocks a door from the unintended side and get through things a lot faster.
Indeed. We are coming up to Vengeful Spirit here, the first spell in the game. It looks like during the False Night fight, Ax got just the slightest bit better RNG, so it's going to look like Ax is the leader by about a second. Again, not a huge difference. But, oh, it's actually so synced still. Visually, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, even the, like, half a second differences, they won't... Unless it comes down, you know, it's interesting, because, like, we don't think of them as if they matter, because it's like, oh, it's the same second, they're basically tied. But these are the exact kind of runs that end up in, like, ties to the second, and that's where those milliseconds really start counting.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, multiple races have ended either in a tie or literally milliseconds apart. So, yeah, those tiny seconds really do matter. They both get second spit here, keeping it even.
Alright, even RNG. It's not a first bit, but you know what? Even RNG, that's the best we can hope for.
Yeah.
Apparently the chat is saying I'm a bit quiet, so, I'm gonna try to speak a bit louder.
Unfortunately, I don't think there is a way to turn you up unless a volunteer could possibly get restreamed to hear you louder, but I don't know if that's possible.
Alright. So we're gonna see here both runners. Valley is trailing by a second or two. But outside of that, the runners are keeping very consistent. They're just getting barely enough soul here. Ax having to go a bit more out of his way for soul, so Valley actually gains a second or two there, gets some better RNG on the Gruzzers. They're gonna kill this Balder right here. Oh, Valley misses with the fireball in the wrong direction.
Oh.
Oh no, Valley.
Unfortunate.
Oh. That means it's gonna have to miss out on this first fireball skip, which does give Ax 1 or 2 more seconds. That's really unfortunate. I've made that mistake before.
Yeah, that's a hard one. It's definitely going to give Ax quite a bit of leeway here, which is honestly exactly what he needs.
Yeah, if anything, for these kind of races, the runners don't really get... Unless something, like, bad happens. Like, the smaller time losses are more like a safe net than they are a lead, usually.
Exactly.
Because at any moment that can change, because they're doing really optimized strats to get really optimized times, and those strats are harder, so it's like you have a chance to fail. Valley unfortunately misses a jump there, but does get the fireball skipped very nicely.
Yeah, it looks like Valley, maybe a little bit of nerves. He's making some really just input mistakes, and I'm guessing it's like he just like, oh, shoot wrong way kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like some of these things that he's messing up it's very understandable because from what I'm seeing, it's like mainly the small things, the little trivial parts that you don't really tend to think about. That in a situation like this, like if I were running this and I'm nervous, I might like take that little second to just breathe and look away instead of staying dead focused on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like especially the boulder there, we're so used to just like, oh, you just fireball and the boulder dies and you don't even have to think of it. Like the majority of runners, especially the experienced runners, they do like the first 5 minutes on the run basically on autopilots, especially if they're used to streaming, because then you know you're reading the chats and you're doing stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So like having to pay attention then and focusing really hard on those beginning segments. Like I remember when I was doing my tournament matches, most of my mistakes were in the start. Like I had a moment where I accidentally did another false night cycle. I
Yeah.
had just a bunch of dumb stuff, and like we're seeing the same kind of thing right now, I think, but on a much smaller level, basically.
Worth noting, they both got the exact same RNG for the Moss Knights. They tried to make the left one hop back, but it refused to. But now they're coming up to Hornet 2. Definitely a few seconds apart at this point now. Axe having a decently significant lead. Getting a really good cycle with Hornet. Bullying her in the corner. Not really able to get those doubles, but that's fine. Valley seemingly having pretty similar RNG. Yeah, getting that bully corner. I think Valley actually had a quicker fight than Axe there.
Yeah, I think Axe got hit there at a part, so he kind of got knocked out of the cycle. I think Valley had a bit of a faster fight.
Did I say Hornet 2? My apologies, everyone.
There are 2 Hornets on the screen. That's true. Yeah, so Axe seems to be anything between 3 and 4 seconds ahead right now, which makes this next section a lot easier for him to just kind of have a little bit of a safe net for mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But he really cannot get too comfortable because Valley is still really close behind, and you know, at any moment that lead can swap.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, this little lead is just what Axe needs, but Axe also needs to continue to be consistent to be able to bring this home. Even though he does have a better PB than Valley, Valley is still incredibly possible to just take this home.
Yeah.
And Axe needs to be conscious of that.
I feel like using a PB, sometimes it isn't the best measurement, because like the PB is the best of the best, and you can't really expect that in a tournament, you know?
Indeed.
In a tournament match, you have one no reset basically, and you have the nerves, and you have all of that. So sometimes it's good to have the PB as like a metric, but in terms of like run consistency, from what I've seen, both of these runners have gotten runs in this tournament in the 50 to 51 range most of the time. There have been the occasional 49 by Axe, but I feel like you don't know what kind of run this is going to be for the runners, so it's not always best to measure with the peak of each one of them.
Here we're coming up to Epogo. This has been a commonly trick that has been messed up, but Axe gets it first try, and Valley will get a first try as well.
He just barely got around the corner there.
Yeah. Any lower, it would have been failed.
Yeah.
But now we're at Mantis Pogo. There's a consistent way to do this.
Axe does the double dash very nicely. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Here.
Oh no!
Oh, he saves it. He saves it.
Awesome.
I think he had enough height to go to the left immediately there. Oh, he's going for the claw strat. Look at him. They're both going for it.
Both very well executed too.
So that is a recent discovery in the category that we should actually take a second to explain. So basically what we are doing there is they are luring the Mantis in a way where it will hit them immediately out of the animation as soon as they pick up the Mantis Claw. And the thing is, as soon as you pick up the Mantis Claw, the game will realize that it will like register that you have it picked up. And you can basically quit out and it'll store that progress. But there's usually a delay because you have the animation and you can't quit out during the animation. So what that does is it gives you control of your character to let you quit out. And I believe it loses 6 seconds in that split, but in this next split it saves 8 seconds. So it ends up being a 2-second time save in the category.
Yeah. So right now they're looking to be time-wise just about a screen apart from each other, give or take a couple of seconds. Yeah, Ax does have a fairly significant lead. One mess up will put Valley in the lead, however, we all know Ax is fairly consistent in what he does. I'm not sure how this is going to end up. Honestly, I feel like Valley needs a mistake from Ax to be able to win this.
Yeah, at least to be ahead in the early stages.
Normally we start saying that at about like mid to late of the run, but at this level, any lead can just be that significant.
With a very good cleanup right there, he gets it easily into fireballs.
Yeah. Valley had a bit slower one, if I didn't quite see, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It generally, to me, has seemed like Valley has a bit more unfavorable RNG, but it isn't by too much, because they've had really similar RNG in a lot of things, like the Balder and the Moss Knights, for example.
Yeah.
Like the Balder would probably be the main RNG in the beginning stages of the run, and that has been very, very nice right there.
Yeah, Valley did have a bit better RNG with Hornet, I believe. But other than that, it's been fairly similar. Oh, no wall cleaning strat from Ax here on Blue Lake. Same with Valley.
I believe it wasn't it banned with the recent
Was it banned?
storage changes?
I thought it was just I thought it was just the speed up that was banned, or the.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think we'll need to have the chat give us. Okay, the chat is saying it's allowed. Sorry for that. I'm being a dummy.
Yeah.
I don't pay enough attention to the announcements.
I'm fairly certain the only thing that was banned from wall cleaning storage was the super slide speeds.
With the nail knockback, right?
With the nail knock, yes.
I see. Okay.
But that's alright.
So all of the corner. Oh yeah. So it's just the same. Yeah, it's the same wall cleaning ruling. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So we are gonna see here. The runners are now gathering up a bit more geo because they are about to go by the dash slash. As I mentioned earlier, this category is going to depend a lot on lever skips, and dash slash, with the long range that attack gives us, is going to be the tool that the runners will use to be able to perform those lever skips.
Indeed. Yeah, so they're gonna go over and fight Gorgeous Husk. Let's be honest, the hardest boss in this whole run. Hornet 2? No, Gorgeous Husk.
Does Gorgeous Husk count as a boss?
No, but I'm counting it as a boss anyway.
It's so hard, we're counting it as a boss.
Yep.
Alright, we're gonna see here. So the runners are going to use a strat here to get double hits with their fireballs, dealing effectively double the amount of damage for the same spending of soul. That's going to be a very prominent thing in a lot of speedruns of Hollow Knight, to use the double hits of the Vengeful Spirit and Shade Soul abilities.
Very good cycles from both of them. I think Ax may have had... Ooh, Valley had to stop the pause for a moment there.
Yeah, some of the Geo, unlucky, flew up in the tunnel there. What are they looking like? Ax is at 735 Geo, and we are gonna see here, what is Valley's at? I forgot to look. 733. They're looking really equal on Geo. Ax having a bit of struggle getting through the water tunnel there, in the previous room. Valley getting through it a bit smoother. Unfortunately has a bit of a mistake, but does not get punished by it, luckily.
Yeah, unfortunately, all these little things are just happening to Valley, whether it be RNG, whether they be missed inputs, or just a little slow in the. What am I saying? But Axe is just having just a slightly bit more time saves than Valley is, and it's just edging him ever so slightly into the lead consistently. Which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's still very much possible for Valley to take this out. I'm sure he's practiced late game a whole lot more than he's practiced early game, so we'll have to see where that leads us.
We do also have to keep in mind that Valley not only has to win this one race, he also has to win a second one if he is to take this entire thing home.
That is true. And both runners getting the dash slash, the lockpick that Blue mentioned earlier. And then we'll be heading our way over to Sanctum, picking up an upgrade for a spell and then collecting a new spell.
Ax2u fans in the chats screaming in joy because of the dash slash ability. Because that is their favorite word ever, and I cannot blame them, because it is a good one. Dash slash.
Dash slash. I can't say it the way he does.
Alright, they're now going to head to Sanctum. We're going to get the Desolate Dive, and also use a lever skip to get the Shade Soul. You're actually going to see another lever skip demonstrated here before that, to skip the Great Huskguard in the Spire.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see it first here demonstrated on Ax's screen. He's going to go below this lever right here, just open it up and move through. Unfortunately gets hit by one of the Ravas there.
Recovers very well, though.
Yeah.
And Valley's coming up to it, too.
Let's see. Valley
Nice.
gets a bit of a smoother one, doesn't take damage, which will be very nice for him in the future sections, given that we have to keep the entire health all the way through Soul Master and all the way to the bench on the way out of Sanctum. So Axe taking a damage here is not the end of the world, but given that Soul Sanctum is Soul Sanctum, that could change things.
So, I don't mean to comms curse, but Axe is having a pretty crazy run. I haven't really picked out any, like, major or minor time loss that he's had.
You said that right as he jumped and missed the jump.
Let's go.
Of course, the comms curse. Now, personally, I'm gonna be rating the runners as to how many underplots they do. That's what I care about.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Alright, Axe does the lever skip right there. Skips into this room. The reason the room is so dark is because the light trigger is at the bottom of the room in the intended entrance. So we don't hit the light trigger, but it really doesn't matter, because we just need to get this thing and leave again. So here's the Shade Soul, the upgrade to the Vengeful Spirits. We're not supposed to have this at this point. We are not supposed to have an upgraded spell. But having it will allow us to just kind of melt everything in Soul Sanctum.
Yeah.
Which is, very nice. And on top of that, the Dash Slash that we have also allows us to do a lot of lever skips. You're seeing Axe do one right there to skip the entire middle section of that room. And here you can see Shade Soul with the double hits and how quickly it destroys these enemies. You see the Soul Warrior right there just getting absolutely demolished in 2 casts.
Yeah, that was really good on Axe's part. Super quick. Valley has about the same RNG as well. About the same time to defeat him. Love to see it.
Axe gets through the first room. Luckily, because of Dash Slash, we can skip the room that is called Hell Room, which is this one. We can just Dash Slash through the top, and then get the Soul Canister if we need it.
Oh, man, that Spell Twister just... Or Soul Twister just getting right in the way of Valley there, having to take a hit.
Yeah.
When Axe just got free roam through there.
Axe
And we're
just messing around on the top of that roof. You're gonna see here the Soul Master fight. If this goes well, you're gonna see some top tier just demolition of this boss.
Oh, nice. And then it has enough for a double too. Doesn't even need it. That was so quick.
a matter of seconds, the first phase is over. And there are some really cool strats that
Oh.
runners do in the second phase that we might be able to see.
I don't think Valley... Oh, never mind.
Valley got a very nice fight as well.
That's insane.
Let's take a look at this second phase here. What kind of cool strats are the runners going to use?
I think we're going to see the wall strats for second phase.
Oh, he gets a quick one. Wow.
Yeah. I mean...
Didn't even need the cool strats.
That's just as good.
I'm kind of bummed about that. I wanted to see the cool strats.
Valley will give it to us. There you go.
Hey, look at that.
So, I feel...
Wow.
Valley might make up a bit of time here. I'm not entirely sure. He did have a slower Sanctum, so perhaps not. But I believe Valley's fight altogether was a little bit quicker than Ax's.
Valley seems to be around 7 seconds behind, which I think is a bit of time save on his part. I'm not entirely sure, actually. I think the chat will have to correct us on that, because they've been keeping track of the time for us. Thank you, chat, by the way.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna see some more
1 second.
from Ax to leave this room. And
Yeah.
the runners are now getting out of Sanctum. 13 seconds, I'm sorry.
Now that we are done here, we're going to be heading off to Sea Peaks. As you all know, this is probably the scariest section of the game, or depends who you ask. But it's the longest section you have without a proper heal, so any damage you take is very significant. And there is also some intentional damage tanks as well. So we have to see how the players deal with that. I'm sure they'll be fine, however.
Okay, the runners are now escaping Sanctum. They're going to be returning towards the King's Station, and on the way they're going to grab a bench, which they will use as an anchor to save quit back from Peaks after they're done with that section. So Valley, I think, having a bit of a smoother section here. Ax accidentally... that's a weird thing to say. Ax accidentally. It's like a tongue twister. Well, Ax accidentally infantry dropped on the ground instead of through a transition by accident, so he lost a bit of time there. But overall, the section has been pretty smooth. They do need to keep track of their geo. Both the runners need 300 geo before the end of this section, and that's pretty much all they will ever have to worry about geo in this run. After this, they're basically done with the geo.
Ax2u dentally. That's a good one. But yeah, they should be fine.
Okay. He
Okay.
got enough. So Ax there getting a bit trolled by the geo counter, showing 19. He turns around to get more, and he picks up one more, and it shows that he got 20. So he ended up losing a bit of time here. Valley needs a whole 22 geo here, so he will have to get a bit lucky.
He did not even need to do that.
Yeah, he decides to backtrack there, and decides to fireball another one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the backtracking was good. However, killing the extra one, I don't think was necessary. But, I mean, better safe than sorry, I suppose. He didn't have the time to count.
I think the optimal thing to do there would have been not backtracking, but killing the one, because it was on the way. Just a quick fireball, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I guess he just, like, I need Geo, and he just, like, got all the Geo, but...
Understandable.
Yeah. Seems to be perhaps stressing a tiny bit.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Valley seems to be losing a bit of time on this segment. He seems to be 16 seconds behind, which is a pretty significant lead for Ax, but it can still change. Given there are a lot of things that can easily lose you time. For example, the Isma skips. The first spike tunnel is very precise on this patch. And you can easily see runners of all skill levels messing that up once or twice. Okay, we're gonna see here, runners are going into peaks. And here is gonna be a very, very cycle-based section with a lot of movement and not much combat at all, actually. So, because of the cycle nature of this area, mess-ups could be punished pretty severely if they're of a bad scale. but it also allows runners to have a bit of a chance to still
Ooh.
catch the same cycle, even if they lost a bit of time.
Valley is just making these teeny fumbles all around. And it's really unfortunate to see because it's obvious he has the skill. By the way, Pogax on Ax's side here. Oh, he misses it.
Ooh,
He has to go
he
around.
gets around. This might be an opportunity for Valley to catch up.
Not
That's
quite
really
catch up,
unfortunate.
but that's a little bit of time save for Valley for sure.
That
Can
has to
Valley get the
be-
Pogax?
That if Valley gets this has to be like an 8 to 10 second time save.
Nice.
He gets it. Oh my god. This
Things
is gonna
all
be
of a sudden
really...
have gotten a little more even, and you love to see
Wow.
that.
Ax on 3 health through this section. It's not a scary amount, but it is something to keep in mind because the more health you have, the better as a safety net.
Looks like neither of them got the
Especially-
God Pixel.
Especially since you're going to be going through Crystallized Mound. None of them decide to go for a fast hitless key room, which makes a lot of sense since that strat is very volatile compared to the regular going through the room.
Ooh, did not get the dash slash storage there. But that's
Yeah,
fine, it doesn't
accidentally
waste a whole lot of
missed
time.
Alright, we're going to see here. The runners are going to be doing their first underplat right here. That's the first underplat from Ax. That one counts as one. And we're going to have the second underplat, the one you all know and love, here at the end. Let's get excited for this underplat. You ready? Woo! Let's go! Yeah! You love to see it.
People arrive.
And let's
here
see
we...
Valley. Valley with the underplat. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Yeah! Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go!
You love to see it. Alright, we have the Crystal Heart here, so now we are on our way to collect Descending Dark, which we need to do the Dark Room for. Both runners, I'm sure, know how to do the dash strats in it. They're not babies like me. We just need to fall down here. Oh yeah, we got the crushes first. There's some interesting cycles for this one. I mean,
Ooh,
obviously...
Ax gets a very aggressive cycle there on the last one.
Yeah, that was almost a stomp, but not quite. Freeze
see
the
what
grub,
Valley goes
gets the
for.
wall cling. Nice.
Valley goes for the same aggressive cycle. Wow.
Very
It's really impressive from both of them. Let's see Ax go through the dark room. I mean, by C, I mean you can't really see much, but let's hope he gets through it fine. Valley with the wall cling storage as well. Look at that. Let's see this dark room. Alright.
Nice.
He is moving through. Both of them got through it flawlessly. Very, very beautiful plays.
Valdi was looking for a bit of extra soul there, but couldn't quite get it. He's going to have to farm the totem.
Ooh, he needs 2 hits, right? Yeah, for it too.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see. We're gonna see a hazard respawn strat here, where the runners are gonna use a stored momentum of the dash slash, slide off, get a hazard damage at the bottom, respawn at the top with control over their character, and leave the room early. It looks really silly.
Yeah, we love to see it though.
Alright, you're gonna see Valley go for it here. Dash slashing, just sliding off, taking a damage at the bottom, spawning up at the top, and he's out of there a lot earlier.
Slide to the left. But now that that's good and done, Ax is going to dash under the wall and then hop up onto that wall so we can come and get Dream Nail here. It's luckily we can't take any damage or die here, but there is a fun way to just get over here where we just fly over with C dash and just not have to worry about most of the platforms.
Okay, Valley seems to be 12 seconds behind, 12 to 13 seconds behind. So he has been making up a little bit of time here, especially with that Pogax. But he's still quite a bit from Ax right now. I'm just really happy they got through this section fine, Because especially Axe in the beginning, taking 2 hits right away to the Pogax room, that's really scary. He's at 2 HP right now. Goes for the underplat. Look at that. Let's go.
You'll love to see it.
Beautiful. Let's see. Is Valley gonna do it? Come on, Valley. You know you want to.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah!
Oh,
Woo! Let's go. Got some quality underplat runners here. Very respectable.
Love to see it. Now we have Dream Nail. We're gonna be quitting out. We're not gonna be saying hi to Seer. That's a tongue twister.
Okay, let's be honest here. We're all just here for the underplats and nothing else. There's nothing else.
All skills, underplat.
Yeah, exactly.
Underplat the speed run.
When are we adding all underplats to HK meme board?
That honestly might take longer than 106 or something.
I would run it. Actually, maybe no. Probably not.
That sounds kind of...
There's a lot of platforms in Hollow Knight.
That sounds kind of unfun, I'll be honest. Like grass percent or something.
All wingsless underplats. Then it's only the ones that are possible without wings, so you don't have to walk under every single platform.
Underplat tournament. Anyway, here we are at the Watcher Dice. Ooh, Ax2u missed a Descending Dark. They're gonna have to farm up for an extra one. That's gonna give Valley a little bit of time save, but we'll see how RNG deals with Axe for these next 2. The first one rolling away right away. That is some unfortunate RNG. You're gonna have to resort to some fireballs.
Yeah, Axe is having a really unfortunate pattern here. Valley, Valley also not having the best of patterns right now.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit quicker.
They're both getting so screwed over by the Watchers. Oh
yeah, that's...
Valley, watch out, don't die. Careful! No!
Oh, no!
No! Valley!
And he has the Descending Dark storage. Bench storage. That's not good.
Oh my god.
That's so unfortunate. That's kind of a huge kick in the teeth for Valley. At this point, it doesn't look good for Valley at all. It almost assuredly is Axe's win at this point. Unless he does a death somewhere. I don't know where, but the chances of that happening I feel are pretty low. But then again, the chances of Valley dying there were also pretty low. It's hard to say, anything can happen, but as it looks right now, I don't think Valley's gonna come out on top on this one, unfortunately.
That's so unfortunate. They both got so screwed over by those Watchers. Like, it's rare you have... It looks, or it sounds like from an outside perspective, it's like, oh, you have Descending Dark, why would Watcher Knights be a problem? But here's the thing, the more powerful damage output that we have, the more aggressive we're gonna play it. Because, well, we're speedrunners and always pushing the limit in one way or another. And when you're playing the Watchers that aggressively, and you're trying to just be as close to them as possible, especially with Descending Dark, you want to hit all 3 hits on both Watchers, which requires you to be very close to both of them to be able to do the full 80 damage. And when you have that level of aggressive play, and then the Watchers start kind of just bullying you, it becomes a real problem. And you saw that happen to both runners, but especially Valley in that situation. And sometimes it just goes wrong, unfortunately, and there's not much you can do about that.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate to see, but Axe is coming up to the Ismo split here. We'll be seeing a spike tunnel right here.
Gets it first try.
Love to see it.
Look at that.
And now we'll be seeing, this is not the second one, but right here's the second one.
No whorps, please. Oh, he fireballed them. Nice.
Yeah, he fireballed. Nice. And
I
know
sailing through these skips right here. I think he's gonna do setup less. Yeah. That's a trans dash right there.
Heck
Did you know
yeah,
Hollow
it
Knight
is.
actually has a movement mechanic called a trans dash? And it's a very blessed name.
It is a very blessed name. Would you happen to know why it was named that?
I think it was just like because it has to do with how you're transitioning your dash momentum from towards the wall to outwards from
Mm.
the wall. And I think originally it was kind of a meme name because people were like, oh yeah, why don't we call it that? But it kind of stuck because it's a blessed name
It is
for
a
a
blessed
movement
name.
ability.
Yeah.
And why not have some representation in your tech names as well?
We love
There's no harm in
representation
that.
here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Axe getting hit by the last Rava on the RNG bridge. Seems to be fine though. Valley is coming up to those Isma skips as well, if you want to see him again. While Axe makes his way to Ancient Basin and heading to the Moloch room, and then eventually Broken Vessel. Valley gets the Spike Tunnel first try. You love to
Very
see that.
nice. We're gonna see here how the rest of the Isma skips go for Valley. Well, Axe is just buying a bench real quick. We're gonna see here. He goes through right there, gets the first one very nicely, and we're gonna see how this second acid skip treats him. He will have to go for a setup-less one as well. Unfortunately, doesn't get the height that he needs, but he's gonna go
Ooh.
for it again. Right there,
Okay.
gets a very nice trans dash right there, and moves on. I wasn't actually aware that dashing to Ismas there was faster. But hey, you learn something every day.
I think it has something to do with the warmth. How it...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you pause to C dash, it like changes trajectory or something. I'm not entirely sure.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's see Axe here, how the Mollarks... Oh, the
Ooh.
Mollarks are kind of bullying him right now.
Yeah.
Really not what you want to see. Oh.
3 hits. He's probably... maybe not. I was thinking
He might...
Axe might heal here, but he might not.
Okay, he
Yeah.
gets through the last one hitless. That's really lucky. Is he gonna go for the trans dash strat? He is?
Let's go.
Yo!
Oh, first
Let's
try.
go. First try. That is very cool.
That's
Right
all
there.
about a 2-second time save that he got. Let's go. You'll love to see it. And here we are coming up to the Broken Vessel. We're going to charge up a C-dash and then clear those guys. Turn around for a double fireball and then another double fireball. Perfect. Now the Broken Vessel...
Wow, look at that pattern.
Yeah, I really
Right
love to see
away.
it.
That is absolutely right there what the runners want.
Yeah.
Axe
If you get...
having a tiny bit of trouble dodging those projectiles while trying to go for an aggressive kill, but gets a very fast Broken Vessel right there. And Axe is now going to head into the same area, or sorry, Valley's going to head into the same area, do the Mollarks, all that stuff.
As Axe picks up his wings.
And they also have the same amount of Geo, someone in chat points out.
Oh yeah, that's funny. 5'11". All right,
So
let's
the runners
hope.
are around a minute and a half apart at this point.
Nice.
So I think Valley's probably gonna need either a death or a lot of mistakes and maybe a 2-cycle Umu.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, Valley did have a much better Moloch room than Axe did.
That is true.
Ooh, misses the trans dash. Gets a second try though. That's fine.
Let's go.
As Valley is fighting Broken Vessel here, Axe is on his way to fight Hornet 2. The last difficult thing of this run, I would say.
Yeah, Hornet 2 is really scary sometimes. She can be a bit of a bully. She kills a lot of paces. She gets close to killing a whole lot more. And she's very fast and generally terrifying when it comes to boss fights.
I'm pretty sure Hornet 2, Hornet 3 has the same, or not the same, has the most kills on all of the speedrunners in this whole tournament than any other enemy in the game.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because runners are not going to reset early game or stuff like that, so it's really that kind of stuff that will get us in this tournament. I feel like for all skills as a category, Sanctum isn't as bad. Like, I thought all skills Sanctum was bad, but then I started running 112, and oh boy.
Yeah, because you don't even have Dash Slash, right? Well, you can't
Yeah.
because it's current patch.
You don't have Dash Slash, you don't have Shade Soul. All you have is just tears and pain.
Yeah, I'd imagine. By the way, Valley had a really good Broken Vessel fight, a little bit faster than Ax's. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. Valley's been having much more better boss fights than Valley, but I think, or sorry, than Axe. But Axe's general movement has been just a little bit better overall. Not to mention the death, unfortunately putting Valley way behind. But here's Axe for Hornet 2. Let's see how many parries Axe gets.
Already getting a dive attack, very nice. Gets
Nice
an
double.
early stagger into a double hit right there. That's the
Two
kind of
doubles
stuff
in
you
a
wanna see.
row.
Gets
Oh,
another
another
double.
one. Axe
I
is
feel
kind of
like-
popping off.
To me, it looks like he's getting lucky with the doubles, but what I think is he just kind of has the experience to know what angles and spacing he needs for a double.
That was
through
so
practice.
quick.
That was a very, very fast fight. Super impressive stuff from Axe there. And he's gonna be leaving without a scratch. He didn't take a single hit in the fight. And he dealt a whole lot of hits on Hornet.
How many doubles was that? Like 4, 5, or 6, I think? That was awesome.
It was a lot.
And
The
like
pattern was
no
really
parries.
nice to him as well. It let him quickly get like 5 or 6 soul in the beginning through nail hits, and then into a dive, and then into the first stagger, and he just managed to get like the stagger rhythm really nicely there.
Now hopefully Valley will have some kind of similar RNG. Who knows? I think it'll be hard to beat Axe's fight there, but maybe it's possible. Here we go.
Let's see here. What kind of fight is Valley getting? He starts by going for a double hit right away because he had the soul. That's really interesting. I haven't seen
Missed
any
that
runners
double.
do that before. Gets another
that
one
one.
right there. So what Valley's doing for these double hits, what I'm noticing, is that after letting Hornet jump over him, he's waiting deliberately just a fraction of a second, because the spacing ends up getting a lot nicer, and that's something that I'm gonna personally bring away from this, because that's really useful.
Oh,
That
man.
was still a very fast fight.
Yeah. I'm not sure whose was faster.
I think Axe's was faster, probably, but that was still a very solid fight.
It felt like for the last like 10 or not 10, like 5 seconds that Hornet just should have been dead there, but just clung on, unfortunately. But that's alright. From here on in the all skills run, we're basically doing a big collectathon, just grabbing everything else that we need that we haven't gotten yet. So it's a whole lot of movement with one boss fight sort of thrown in there. Umu, and we all know about Umu. But yeah, well, there's just a lot of little movement text that are fun to witness, if you ask me. Oop, getting stuck in the corner there a little bit on Axe's end.
Alright, Axe heading up. Ooh, having a bit of movement mistakes there. Axe heading up to get the Cyclone Slash from Nailmaster Mato? I think it's Mato, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Oro is the scam artist, Oreo. And Mato is up here, the chill one.
Yeah, and Shio's the blessed one.
Yes.
The chat is asking a lot if Axe is on PB pace, and I'm gonna take a second to look because I actually kind of want to know as well.
I saw Sabi say after Hornet 2, he's about 20 seconds behind.
Alright. He is on pace for a 49 though. That is a good point. We might see a 49 this race, which could be really, really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
We're
49.
gonna see here. Valley is basically a whole Cyclone split behind. See, they're both dashing their separate directions right here. we're gonna see Ax is now gonna head down to the Fog Canyon and the Teacher's Archives. He's gonna do the Umu boss fight. Runners in this category, because of the high damage output of our abilities, are able to get an Umu 1 cycle if they position themselves perfectly and do a strat where we push Umu out of the side of the arena, out of bounds, to have nothing blocking them when we deal multiple double hits with our Shade Soul. So, the strat you're gonna see is pretty tight. It's not, like, impossible. It's not extremely hard. I'd say it's a bit easier than the any percent 2 cycle, if you're familiar with that. But it can still go wrong. Especially if Umu decides to do an extra, you kind of have to move around in a really weird way to get the positioning right.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm confident these runners are going to be able to do the 1 cycle. I feel like they've practiced it way too much. But on the off chance that something does go wrong, it's only about a 20-second time loss. Meaning, well, that's either going to put Valley even further behind, or not going to be a huge matter for Ax. It's unfortunate that...
The interesting thing is, I don't think the runners are watching the race while they're playing. I think they both think it's pretty close right now. Because it would be, if Valley hadn't taken that death, this would be a matter of 15 or so seconds.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'm sure Valley knows his position.
Yeah.
But Ax probably thinking he needs to pick up the pace, who knows?
Let's see here, this 1 cycle. 2, 3, 4. It's Umu outside of the wall.
Beautifully done.
Nice. Very beautiful. So what he's doing there is he's pushing Umu out of bounds in the arena, where there are no things to block them, allowing him to get 2 double hits. Wow, Valley with that drop.
Oh,
whoa!
Man. That was crazy.
Styling on us with hitting the Uoma.
Taking the risky C-dash, but it worked out for him.
That's really cool.
That is so cool. Yeah, Valley, that Umu split was just so well executed. Holy.
Yeah, it's like, that was like a Cyclone version of the Trinomi drop, and then on top of that, slashing the big jelly to have it barely explode at the door, just to get that extra bit of soul. Okay, let's see Valley's 2 cycle here, or 1 cycle, sorry.
Let's hopefully not.
Hopefully no 2 cycle.
Oh man.
Let's see. So he's gonna lure Umu down right there, and then he's gonna go all the way up again. Right here. He wants Umu right around above this platform.
Right where he's slashing.
Yeah, not to have them stuck in the platform right there. That's looking really good. Very, very nice one.
We love to see it.
Oh, a bit of what? To just mess around. Oh wow!
Whoa!
Oh, whoa! That's great.
Dude, what is Valley? What kind of machine is Valley discovering all these things?
That's so cool.
That is so cool.
Runners already do the keeping the wall cling storage in the water, but I've never seen a runner get the wall cling storage early and then jump back and forth while waiting. But
I wonder if that's easy or consistent, because Valley just did that like so quickly. That it feels to me like that might be the way to go, but it depends how consistent it is, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a question we better remember for the run interviews.
Absolutely.
Okay, Ax having a bit of movement struggles on this great slash split right here. He's gonna head up to Nailmaster Shio, aka the Blessed Nailsmith, Nailmaster, words.
Yeah, this is just a whole lot of C-dashing in this split.
Yeah.
One of the most boring splits to watch, if you ask me. But, ooh. I guess it's fine.
It's fine. He's gonna take the bench here to have it as an anchor for the save quits. We are gonna see here. Ax is gonna move through this little gauntlet right here. So the top edges of those thorns are actually a bit deceptive in the way that they stick out a little bit. So runners need to still keep that in mind when they move through this place, because you go a little bit too close to them, and like it doesn't even have to look like you're getting hit.
Nice. Very clean movement from Ax in the split.
Let's see, Valley. Valley having a lot smoother of a climb through the Frog Canyon right there.
Cutting all those edges perfectly as he moves by.
Pogoing the lantern right here as well. Wow.
That's...
Whoa. Yeah, this is a very, very clean move split.
Oh my goodness.
This might be in the realm of 3 to 4 seconds of time save for Valley for just those 2 rooms.
Like, if not for that death, Valley might have pulled something out of this. Honestly. His movement has just been that much cleaner than Ax's. You know what? Clean isn't even the word. Just like, he's done so many neat and interesting time saves. But now that we have a Great Slash, we will be moving on to collect Hera. Or no, sorry. First we gotta collect Howling Wraiths. And that is over here, not very far away.
Okay, we're gonna see here, while Valley moves through the quote-unquote green path of pain, we see Ax going into the overgrown mound just to handle this squid arena right here. These are the squids, right? The mosquitoes.
I believe they're called skeets.
Skeets?
Because they're mosquitoes, right?
I thought they were called squids. Maybe I'm just...
No, but they're mosquitoes, right? And
yeah.
Mosquitoes, skeet.
I think they're called squids. Yeah.
Alright. If you say so.
Yeah, chat seems to be agreeing with us. The skeets.
The skeets.
Oh, mosquito.
Oh, yeah, now you see what I was talking about.
Yeah. I will from now on pronounce the word mosquito like mosquito.
Mosquito.
It's the mosquito.
That's so good. Okay. Going back to the race, Ax is had a good squid arena, got the race really well. Now he's heading down through Queen's Gardens. Here's the Petra arena, and there was the Petra arena. We're going to get the damage tank warp. Perfect.
We're also gonna see Valley take his shot at the mosquito arena.
No underplat though. RIP. Ax loses. This is not all skills tournament. This is underplat tournament.
How could you, Ax?
Oh. But now we're gonna head over to Deep Nest. We got a few dark rooms we got to deal with. We got to collect Hera, the final dreamer, before we... Well, no, not before we end the game. Before we move on to collect more skills before we can end the game.
Yeah. There's a couple more steps there.
Very clean dark
cyclones room. Right there. So yeah, as you might see, or might not be seeing, Deep Nest is not very bright. It's
it is in fact dark.
Yeah, it is in fact. Due to the nature of this run, we don't grab the Lumafly lantern because we really have no reason to. So the runners just kind of have to learn all of these rooms in the dark and just yeah. Valley also not going for the underplat there.
I
We were
thought Axe was a bit high on that C dash there, but wasn't, so that's good.
okay. So because we have wings, you're gonna see the runners instead of sitting on the bench, they're gonna go over and they're gonna use the shortcut right here to just skip like 90% of this basically.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Ooh, double D-Dark. Yeah, that works. You know, that's probably quicker. Because you didn't get the full damage off, so it's probably quicker than Fireball Double Nail.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna see Ax2u right there using a dash slash on the Dreamer just to get that extra bit of range and get to start the nail damage a bit earlier. It's like a half a second time save at most.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So we got the Hera. All that's left is for Axe to go to the Abyss. He already has enough Geo for the Stag Station, so he's fine on that. Now we just gotta go collect Shade Cloak and then Abyss Shriek. And then we will be on our way to end out this run.
Alright.
Is Axe2 Go our shipping name?
Oh no, that's not what I did not think of that.
OTP Axe2 Go?
Oh god.
Valley to you.
Sylvie, no, please. Sylvie, no, don't do this. Okay. Axe is heading over to the Abyss with the King's Brand that we got from Hornet 2. And he's gonna be dropping down, he's gonna be getting Shade Cloak, gonna be moving back to the left side, getting Abyss Shriek, and then we will see that highly awaited Abyss Climb IL that really is the only reason for anyone ever to run this category. We all want Abyss Climb. It's blessed, I love it.
So I did know, or I did check out the runners a bit beforehand, and I saw Valley. He's been pulling out new movement strats for the whole run, but it looks like he's got some new strats for Abyss Climb too. So we'll have to see
really?
that. Yeah, I think we're going to be quite impressed. I hope anyway. But anyway, here's Sibling Climb on Axe's side. No underplat. Oh, underplat.
Underplat?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of respect back for Ax2u.
Just a pinch of respect.
Yeah.
Nice. Not a whole lot to comment on from here on. The final boss and Abyss Climb are about all that's left.
Alright, we're gonna see here. Valley's gonna be heading down to the Abyss as well. Axe is here gonna be quitting out as soon as he takes a dip in the fountain, because the knight doesn't like to swim in Void, so they're just gonna leave.
Yep.
It's like when you go to the swimming pool, and you go there and you dip your toe and you're like, the water's too cold, I don't wanna take part in this, and then you just leave instead. That's basically what we're doing.
But now that we have Dash Lash, we're going to fly our way back. And then all we have left is Abyss Shriek. To collect, anyway.
You know the relatable moment where you decide to... You bring your keyboard with you to the swimming pool, and you press escape, and you're like, nah, water's too cold, I don't want to be here.
No. No, in fact, I don't know that moment.
SMH. That's like the most relatable thing ever.
Alright.
I guess it's a culture clash thing. We do that in Sweden all the time, you know? That's why Ax2u is doing it in the run.
Fair enough. But here's Abyss Shriek. We'll see Axe's Abyss climb immediately after.
Hospital warp. No, I don't mean putting your plugged-in keyboard in water. That is a bad idea. I mean just like bringing it with you.
The way you said that, it made me think of one of those deep fried memes, you know, like something machine broke. Anyway, Abyss climb on Axe's side.
Let's see here. He goes for the run strats, getting a bit of extra soul and sacrificing a bit of time there. Gets those nice pogos outward. Those are surprisingly difficult to do because you have to not only make sure that you're pogoing, have to make sure that you're doing the wings turnarounds optimally, and making sure you're not also pogoing yourself into the spikes above you.
That was an incredibly clean climb from Axe.
Very clean.
I didn't see a single mistake. But those were also, I think, the new strats that I mentioned Valley doing earlier.
Alright, we're gonna see here. Valley's picking up the Abyss Shriek. And Axe is gonna be heading to the Black Egg Temple to finish off the run with the Hollow Knight boss fight. Now this boss fight is a bit cursed because of the fact that Shriek does the most damage. So there's going to be a lot of trying to get Shrieks in, which THK can be a bit uncooperative. If you've played the game, or speedrun it in particular, you know they have a very chonky head hitbox, and it tends to get in the way for like literally everything. Valley here with also a very smooth climb so far. Wow.
Yeah.
This is super impressive. The Abyss climb is
crazy.
Truly the culmination of movement in Hollow Knight. Is the most substantial movement section in almost any main game run. Unless you count White Palace and Path of Pain.
Yeah.
Oh, Axe is going for the THK chain wiggles. Let's go. Look at that. Wiggle strats pog.
Wiggle strats.
Wiggles hollow D.
But now we'll see the final fight here. THK gets the streak off right away. Farming up soul there. I'm not sure why he didn't shriek. Fireball. Axe is having an interesting fight. I'm not 100% sure what he's trying to do.
I think he's trying to make sure that the Hollow Knight will not dash when he's trying. So he's trying to secure to do shrieks only at the very start of attacks, and if he knows an attack, he knows that he's gonna be.
Yeah, getting some good damage off already on the self-harm phase. Oh, and
oh, what a quick scream! There is no way he could have gotten close to catching that one.
Oh,
there we go.
All right, had a little struggle at the end there, but manages to pull it out. That's a GG.
Your winner of the Hollow Knight 2021 All Skills Community Tournament, Ax2u.
What a legend.
Finishing off the grand finals with a time of 49:54:09. Can we get some GGs in the chats? And we're gonna see here Valley just doing the same boss fight. Can we get some hype for Valley as well? Finishing
hype
off
for Valley. Love to see it.
So as soon as the races are over, we are going to get the runners into a voice chat with us if they are wanting to. And we're going to discuss a little bit about the runs, how they felt about it, the highlights of it. And we're going to generally see what their thoughts are on the tournament. That is a GG for Valley as well. Finishing off with a still very impressive time, considering the fact that there was a death in his run. The fact that he's getting a low 51 is incredibly impressive. And that is a huge GG's.
Very well done. Like,
A lot
gosh,
of respect for Valley for continuing to push on after that Watcher's death.
they were
That
only
is-
a minute behind, even
Axe
after the
showing us our
death.
Axe showing us his splits as well. I see a gold there. Is that an Abyss Climb gold by any chance?
Yeah, that would be. Or
But yeah,
hard to
there
say.
you have it. Ax2u is the winner of the 2021 All Skills Community Tournament. With Valley in second place. GG's.
GG's.
This has been such a joy to take part in, honestly.
Oh god, yeah.
It's been such a fun thing to be part of as a community and have everyone get together for this. Here we have the runners, by the way. Hello there, welcome everyone.
Welcome. Congrats, Axe, the winner
Congratulations, Axe.
of the
GG's.
tournament.
Thank you.
Well played, both of you. You did
Mhm.
amazingly.
Yeah,
Oh.
GG. Great time, Max. And I lost 1 minute and 18 seconds on Watcher Nights,
Mm-hmm.
which
No.
means that's like 49 run without that death. Even like
Oh, wow.
even if you don't discount any other mistakes that I got like after I kind of came out of shock. So
that's
even
rough.
if we don't discount any of that, that would have been 49
Yeah.
from me too. So
Yeah,
Valley.
I'm very happy
you might
about
have
the run.
won without the death then.
uh,
That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
You said it
That's
was a
hard to
minute
say.
18 seconds, right?
Yeah, minute 18 seconds on Watcher Nights.
It would have been close for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but GG.
Oh,
Now, Valley, what we're all wondering here, what were those strats in the Umu split? That was so cool.
Yeah, you
First
had
of all,
the-
the cyclone drop with hitting the big jelly and having it barely explode at the door. And also, as soon as you finished Umu, you did some of the swaggest wall cling storage I've seen in my life.
It's when you touch the wall during the cycle and drop into the acid, you get free walking storage. It's like shout outs to Scruffy for discovering that.
Oh,
it's just
wow.
free?
Yeah, it's absolutely free.
Holy, okay.
Bless.
So that's probably the way to go from here on then, huh?
So yeah, what are your thoughts on the runs in general? Axe, how are you feeling about your run? You're showing us the
Man,
splits right there as well.
I was kind of disappointed with that Pogax miss. It was a really good run until
Oh.
that, but then it kind of went downhill. But it was still a 49, so
Mhm.
we take those.
Definitely.
Also,
Valley, I
that
gotta
THK
say-
just trolled the hell out of me. I just want to say, like, one of those parries.
There were
Yeah.
a lot of areas. Your Hornet
Yeah.
2 fight seemed to be really good, though.
I'm surprised that didn't gold, honestly.
It wasn't the fastest fight. It was like, it was a clean fight, but she didn't give me the best patterns.
Mm.
I see.
Yeah, I think Valley, you ended up getting a lot of doubles on the Hornet 2 as well, didn't you? I think.
Yeah, I'm like experimenting with starting with a double now. So that
Yeah.
I can finish
Yeah,
all
we-
before coming in. And I'm still not sure if I like this strat or not. It seems to be like on average it gives me better results in practice, but I also lose more HP on average during the fights.
That makes
And
sense.
also, if you don't get a double, you're like have 0 soul, and the fight might just go sideways. So, in certain situations, it's just not worth it. So I'm still not sure if I will go on with the strat or if I will drop it. But for now, I'm kind of using it just to give it like a fair try.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Because like you're fireballing her and pushing her all the way back in the beginning of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
room.
and then you should like cut this distance somehow.
Yeah.
Like, if she charges at you, then you just have to react and you're good. But if she decides to like stay there and throw a needle, or like just stay there with a parry, then it's like, kind of have
That
to
makes
react.
a lot of sense. So it seems to be like the risk reward option kind of. a
Yeah,
way.
yeah, something like that.
But Valley, I gotta say, I have a lot of respect for how you just continued to push on despite the unfortunate Watcher nights, because that Watcher was really, really to you. And
Yeah, they were rude to you, but it still don't justify like taking 3 hits on the second pair.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
like not something I would usually do. But for some reason I just did that mistake and it spiraled out of control. That's okay, it happens. I'm still despite the death, I'm very happy with the run. Like actually very, very happy about it.
You had such fun and interesting and clean movement. Like for example, your great slash split, climbing up the fog canyon, you're cutting those corners so close, but getting through them every time, and then sneaking through the platforms. And it was just so nice to witness. You definitely the practice shows.
Yeah, and then got C-dash glitch on the Mossy guy.
Yeah, I saw
Oh
that.
no. On Great Slash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I screwed up C-dash charge and Mossy guy, yeah, got to spawn and C-dash glitched me out of it.
I see, I see.
Unfortunately.
Unlucky.
That's okay. Like, it's not like you need HP there or anything.
Yeah.
And Valley, like, despite having some, like, you showed off some really cool backups this run. For example, the Mantis Pogo, the double dash setup didn't quite work out for you, but you
Yeah, it
managed
was a bit
to
slow.
you managed to save it, and that was a really cool save. The way you did it, where you just kind of went. It was noticeable that you just kind of decided to go for the same route, but just work with one instead of two.
Yeah,
and you
I
ended
damage
up
tanked
getting it.
intentionally to like kind of get a little bit more height for the right side. It's just one of the backups I normally go. Like it's hard to practice intentionally, but when you spend enough hours on this game, like you kind of know your way around Mantis Pogo.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with like, once they're not in a controlled environment, you have to have the knowledge of how they move exactly, if you want to know at what point you want to jump, and how you want to get them to move up along with you. Because if they stay at the bottom, they
Is that a
will.
Scream gold for you?
Yeah, apparently.
Damn, I gold at Scream too.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Wow.
That's
That's
funny.
nice.
Yeah, you both had really, really good abyss climbs. They were just very, very clean. I didn't see any mistakes really. Just a whole lot of speed, basically.
Yeah, I would say I had a pretty much perfect split for the strats that I go for that.
I don't know if perfect. I missed during the cyclone chains. I had to do one additional hit on the chain.
Yeah, I got the full
Yeah, but
cyclone.
my gold wasn't like as optimized. I just wonder if it's sub 2 or not. I'm just interested because I had 2 flat on my sum of best, and I wonder if it's like legit like a second goal or just like god time safe, you know.
Ax,
Yeah,
I
what I
remember.
What I noticed during... Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I just wanted to say, I remember in Sanctum, when fighting Soul Master, you tried to go for the wall strat there, but then the Soul Master just decided to stop diving there, and you're like, oh, alright, I guess I'll just shoot you here.
Yeah, that's kind of an annoying timeless actually when that happens, where he only
Yeah.
does 3 dives.
Is it
But
slower?
it's nothing major. Yeah, it's slower because like if you do the strat where you damage boost into 2 Shade Souls, then you pretty much get them off immediately. But if he spawns on the ground, you have to fall all the way down and only then
yeah,
do
that
the
makes
Shade
sense.
Souls.
And you also have to react to it, right? Because like
Yeah.
it makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. So in general, I feel like you both also did the like one of the things that I see a lot of, especially on 1221, is just like messing up the spike tunnel once or twice on the Isma skips. Because that one is really precise on this patch, and it's a bit janky, it feels a bit weird with the freeze frames and that stuff, but you both got it perfectly, so that was really cool to see.
It's the only spike tunnel I know, so maybe you current patch zoomers need to stop complaining and learn it the old-fashioned way.
No, but
Yeah,
like seriously,
I
the
really
difference
only
between...
have problems with it when I like return to 1221 from current patch. Then I definitely need some time to adapt. But when I'm playing 1221 exclusively for a long time, I don't have that much problems with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot more lenient on current patch in general.
Yeah, on current patch it's much easier for sure.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on the tournament in entirety, how do you feel about how it went for you two? How do you feel about how you did in general?
Ax2u,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't drop a game, so I can't say I could be really any more satisfied with that.
Did you go 5-0 in the Swiss?
Yeah, I didn't have any losses in the tourney.
Wow.
Him and Pisces, I believe, are the two.
What about you, Valley? How are you feeling?
I'm very happy with my performance on the tournament. Like, I have a thought on the back of my mind that if Monster didn't drop out, I would have faced like him or Pisces way earlier, and I might have been like worse at my shape, so I might have like get kicked out earlier. But yeah, I got lucky, and so here I am.
Right.
Really kind of happy how far I went.
Yeah, you made it second place. That's super impressive.
Yeah, and even like this run, I died, but I'm just looking at my splits, and yeah, it's a very good run without a death. So I can't really be mad at myself.
Yeah, I feel like both of your performances really should be a sense of. I mean, of course, I can't decide that for you, but the way I see it, it should be a sense of pride because you both. I'm gonna be honest here. You did really freaking well, and throughout these like 5 or so months that it's been since the tournament began, we've not only seen you keep staying at the top, but also keep improving your own game and keep pushing those times to like really optimize levels. Especially you, Ax. You didn't have the record when the tournament began, but you got it, and then you pushed it down more, and then you pushed it down more, and now it's lying at a low 49 2x, right?
Yeah,
Like-
23.
So it's like
Um,
not only the category or the runners, but the category as a whole has also been brought down. And like in retrospect, before the tournament began and before we started talking of it, there were like what, like maybe 50 runs of all skills on the leaderboards, maybe less actually. But like so many new runners, so many returning runners have all come, and just everyone started running all skills, and the category has seen a lot of developments and discoveries, not only for this category but for the entire game.
Yeah.
So it's been a joy to watch, really, and a joy to be part of. Us runners, we definitely really want to thank both Insomnia and Pisces in our community for organizing this all and keeping track of all that stuff. And we want to thank Speed Gaming for helping us host the tournaments and handling all of the restreaming stuff. We haven't had any problems at all, and that's all thanks to them. And most of all, we want to thank the people, the runners in general, the people that have put the time to get good at this category and then shown up on the race times and done their best. And we also want to thank the commentators, everyone who's partaken in that aspect of it, been a volunteer in the commentator parts. And most of all, we want to thank the viewers as well. Thank you everyone who watched this tournament. And yeah, I think that is all I have to say personally, unless anyone else has anything you wanna fill in with.
I mean, I have one question for Ax. Do you have any plans for the tournament prize money?
oh, the money? No, not really any specific
Fair.
investments right now, man.
Well, I hope you
It was,
enjoy it. You definitely earned it.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
it was never really about the
No, I
about
know.
the prizes, you know.
I yeah.
I just enjoy playing some Hollow and racing people, and it's been really fun to just do the races and watch other people's races and just follow the tournament in general. I've enjoyed it a lot for sure.
Well, if you want more Hollow Knight races, in just over half an hour, we have Jamie versus JB Hyperion for the finale of the All Skills current patch tournament, and we'll see how they deal with that. Hopefully it'll be just as exciting as this one.
Yeah,
Do the runners have any last comments?
I don't really
Um,
have anything, so just thanks for having us, and it was really very fun. And stay tuned for current patch finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
there's more
commentary.
to
Thanks for
come.
the race. Thanks for
Thank you so
everything.
much. That was a joy to watch. Valley and Ax. You can both find their channels right here. I posted the runner command right there. And thank you so much, Sylvie, for commentating with me. It was a lot of
Thank
fun. I had a good time, and I hope you did as well.
I had a great time.
So yeah, I think that is gonna wrap it up for us. So unless anyone has anything else they want to say, that is gonna be it for us.
Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you in the next race.
Bye-bye.
Yes, stick around for the current patch run. It's gonna be exciting, and yeah, thank you so much. Bye everyone. Have a nice one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.